Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Ascension Relationships Energy Update. I decided to do an Ascension Relationships update rather than a Sacred Union update because I want to dive deeper into the Ascension energy for these divine counterparts. When I'm doing the Sacred Union energy updates, we're looking at the divine masculine and the divine feminine kind of as separate. What's going on in their individual journeys, and I will be back in the next few days with an update, or you can always follow my Instagram, Facebook, or the community tab here on the channel for those written updates if I do a written update, but I will be back with a video update as well. But I wanted to do the Ascension relationships because, again, it allows me to dive a little bit deeper. And especially with this full moon in Leo, the Mars-Venus conjunction, the 222 portal that's coming up next week, it does feel like, I don't know, it just feels like we want to go deep. It feels like we want to connect deeper and see what's going on the higher level, the energetic level. We talked a little bit about that in the new Sacred Channeling over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, my sister channel. Make sure you're subscribed over there with the new Divine, Dance of the Divine channeling. Beautiful analogies and metaphors came out. Curious to see if it comes out again. We also have the collective reading, a quick collective message that I brought forth from a client reading this morning that I posted with regards to sacred partnerships, twin flames, whatever it is that you want to label it. So make sure that you're checking that out as well. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. Before we get started, quick announcement. This is the new Shadows and Light Shadow Work Journal. As you guys know, in my Etsy shop, I have some journals. I have a self-love journal, a spiritual journal, a gratitude journal, and a relationship journal. Did I say self-love? Self-love as well. But this is the new Shadow and Light Shadow Work Journal. It's available in digital and now available in print format. I'm going to be working on a twin flame journal as well. I'm not sure when that's going to come out. I was hoping to do that this week, but it'll hopefully come out next week. But this allows you to really, don't want the flames to get it. This allows you to really dive deep into your shadow work, to explore patterns, to explore beliefs, to explore how you're feeling, the subconscious, really allowing you to explore how it is that you're feeling, why it is that you're feeling that way. And it's not just the shadow, it's also the light, loving yourself. There is also a place for forgiveness exercises, inner child exercises, as well as a relationship section. So this is family dynamics, relationships, belief around family, love, all that stuff. And then at the back, sorry, can you guys see this? It's a big journal. Lots of room for writing. And at the back, there are 60 journal prompts. So if you are a journaler and you like having those writing prompts to get those creative juices and that healing energy going, then there are 60 journal prompts here at the back of the journal, as well as some journaling pages for you. And then there's some bonus features in the back of the journal as well. So if you would like a physical print journal that is available in my Etsy shop, it's also available on Amazon, so make sure that you're checking it out. There is also the digital printable version, so you can print it out as many journal pages as you would like. All right, you guys, let's get into it and see what's going on for this connection. I think I'm just going to pull cards and read for the connection as a whole right now, and then we'll see what's going on between the masculine and the feminine. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a straight through divine masculine, straight through divine feminine reading. I had thought about that earlier because I'm really feeling the masculine energy right now. And I think a lot of us are actually doing more healing on the masculine energy. Now, they're reminding me of the collective message. They're bringing that forth again. And what I had channeled for a client was that, remember that your healing is not itself a block to union. Just because you're on this journey of ascension and doing healing, releasing, and clearing work for it, it does not mean it is a block. That is what the journey itself is all about. It is not keeping you from union. It is not keeping you from your counterpart. It is not keeping you from each other. Healing is part of the ascension journey. Releasing, clearing your energy is part of the ascension journey because that is what brings in more of that light. That's what allows for more of those light codes to come in. That's what allows for the shift in consciousness, because through the healing work, you're shifting beliefs, you're shifting the programming, you're shifting the conditioning. And so healing itself is not a block. We so often can get caught up in the healing journey and say, oh, this is what I need to heal before I come into union. Or this is what I need to heal before my counterpart contacts me. Or this is what I need to heal before XYZ with my counterpart. But it is not a block. That's part of the journey itself. And what you are remembering and really anchoring into on this ascension journey is remembering that illusion, or the separation itself, is the illusion. That you have never been separate from yourself, from God's source, from your counterpart, or from any other person, place, or thing in the universe. Separation is what you are ultimately healing. Really important to remember that. Separation is what you are ultimately healing. And all the beliefs, the programming, the so-called blocks, all the trauma, the pain patterns, that is separation. That is what creates the energy of separation. And that is what you are healing on this ascension journey. And so, yes, the more that you heal and clear that energy, the more you and your counterpart are able to come into harmony. But remember the purpose of your sacred partners. They are there in the ultimate energy of love, of unconditional love, to trigger you, to show you the mirror, and not to trigger you as in cruelty. Your divine counterpart will never be abusive and cruel intentionally. They're just showing you where the pain still exists, where the belief still lies within the subconscious, where the pattern is still running or the programming is still running. Your counterpart, in their unconditional love for you and your unconditional love for them, you're showing each other the reflection and the mirror. And the more you heal that within yourself by focusing on yourself and your journey, the more you are able to come into this harmonious reunion, because you're coming into harmonious union with yourself and with God's source. You are healing the separation energy. That is the ultimate goal of this journey. If there was a goal, they're saying, if there was a goal. Because remember, it is all about the journey. In essence, there is no destination. It is this beautiful, magical, infinite unfolding, if we allow it to be, because what it's going to show us is more and more and more love. All right, so let's see, what do we need to know about this journey right now? What do we need to know about this journey right now with our sacred partners? Stay tuned to Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, my sister channel, next week, because we are going to have the twin flame channeling, God willing. There's been so many delays in that, but that is my desire, to have the twin flame channeling for you guys. Stay tuned for that. And if you are a Patreon subscriber at the Ascension Connections tier, the $22 tier, we are going to have a live stream message pool where I use all of my message decks, the ones that I've created, and even my tarot decks, and I pull messages for you. And we've even done some personal channeling there because it is a small group. So if you would like a semi-personal reading and a fun live chat, then make sure that you are checking that out. We always have fun with those. I also have 2 readings, well, a bonus reading for the Ascension Connections group there, but we have 2 readings that are up the pick-a-pile and the specific scenario reading for the $11 tier, so make sure that you're checking that out. The $11 tier and the Ascension Connections tier has access to all the sacred channelings as well, the monthly updates that I do. And you also get access to all of the previous month's reading depending on where you are in the tier. So you have access to all the previous month's readings as well. So make sure that you are signing up to get all of the bonus and exclusive readings. All right, and one more. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know right now? What do we need to know right now about our ascension journey? There's a sense of peace that's coming in. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about heart expansions that are occurring in all of my readings. And we have the card Heart of the Moment. And what I'm feeling is a sense of peace that is kind of like washing over us. I'm getting drawn to this bottom of the deck as well. It says Towering Magnificence. And what it feels like is, this feels like the magic of the journey. I don't quite know how to say this. It's with this energy of this heart expansion, it feels like you are recognizing the magnificence of the journey. It's like you have been ascending this mountain, and that mountain has been so challenging. You have been climbing, clawing your way up this mountain through all this work, but now here you are at the top. You have ascended and reached this pivotal point, and now it's like you can look around and see how far you've come. You can see this transformation. I feel like both counterparts have been undergoing this massive heart awakening. For divine feminines, what I feel is you have really been letting down your guard. You've been letting down your walls. You have been opening up your heart to the flow and divine unfolding and timing of this journey. Divine masculines have been opening up similarly to their emotions, allowing themselves to feel the depth of their emotions. And what's happening is you are both meeting in that heart space. You're both meeting in that beautiful heart center and recognizing the journey for what it is and what it has been. You're recognizing the journey for everything it has offered, all the blessings and all the magic. It has not always been that easy for you, because it has somewhat been difficult, challenging. There have been obstacles, but they're even saying it's not even obstacles. It's just, it has been challenging because of what has been triggering within you to be healed, to be cleared. And so now what's happening is it's like you have, as we've been channeling, closed one chapter of this journey. And that chapter, was not easy. And that chapter may have taken years, but you have closed one chapter of your journey, and now you're moving into the next. But it's almost like they're saying, take a pause right now. Take a pause and stand atop this mountain and see how far you have come. See what it has taken for you to get here. See how open your heart is, and feel the peace and the difference in your energy now. Take a moment to reflect. Take a moment to really just honor yourself and cherish yourself and respect yourself for how far you have come. I want to get some cards for the feminine and the masculine now. I'm going to start with the feminine energy because they're calling me to it. I'm going to get some tarot for the masculine and the feminine because I want to see specifically what this journey has brought to them both. Now, you can take this as a masculine energy within you as a whole, but I'm really feeling like this is for sacred partners, those who have been doing this on the sacred partner path to ascension, with another person specifically. But if you have not yet met your sacred partner or have a soul connection with whom you are going through this ascension journey, then do take it for the energies within yourself and apply it as the whole, because it works as both. Because remember, you and your sacred partner are that one energy, and your outer masculine is just a reflection of your inner masculine. And so as you come into that wholeness with the balance of your masculine and feminine energies having cleared the distortions, what happens is you see that more in your connection. I talk about that a lot in the teachings here on this channel and over on my sister channel. So if you're new to the channel, welcome, and make sure that you're checking out all the readings that you're called to, especially the sacred channelings. I have a playlist here, and I have a playlist over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, so make sure that you're checking it out. But I want to kind of see it individually as the masculine and the feminine. So with these partners, so this is going to be for you and your counterpart. So this is going to be the feminine energy, whether that's you or your counterpart. This is going to be the feminine energy. There are a couple of masculines who watch this channel, so that's amazing. So let's see. Divine feminine, the cosmic tree. We have Two of Embers, and we have the Phoenix. Yeah. What I really love about this, and we have the Six of Birds, which I believe is the Six of Swords as well on the bottom of the deck. What I love about this, and I want to double check and see what the cosmic tree is in this deck. But what I love about this is that they have some additional cards here, and this one is the Phoenix, and that's what it feels like, this transformation. The feminine energy within both of you is transforming. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I just want to see what is number, the cosmic tree being the Hermit. We are told that the cosmic tree is at the epicenter of all souls. It is where we all come from and where we one day will return. It has had many names over time, but at its root is the collective unconscious unfolding for eternity. It is the great mother, the life source of all souls, and the heart of the truth in all things. It has existed since the beginning of time and will exist long after we are gone. It is wise to not seek out the cosmic tree, but rather to find comfort in its existence. What I'm getting from this, a little bit different from the book, what I'm getting from this is the energy of the unfolding. Just allowing yourself to be rooted, allowing yourself to be anchored, allowing yourself to be, how does the saying go? Of the earth but not the earth. I forget. If you guys remember, post it in the comments. It's a familiar saying, to be of the earth but not attached to the earth, something like that. And that's what I'm feeling. It's like, allow yourself to be rooted, allow yourself to be the spiritual being, but also recognize that you are the phoenix, that you are so much more. So with this phoenix, there has been such an energy of transformation for you. You have really just risen, divine feminines. This is the feminine energy that is wild, that is untamed. We were talking a little bit about this in the other sacred channeling. It's wild, it's untamed, it's recognizing that you are just going to express yourself. It is, what they're saying is, it is Mother Nature herself. You, divine feminine, are Mother Nature yourself. And the masculine energy has been learning to tap into this energy where it had once been so suppressed within themselves. They're learning to really open up and expand into this. And so the more you expand and the more you rise, the more you are in this energy. I love this, like dancing around the fire energy. The more you are in this energy of just, it's giving me Three of Cups energy here, which is joy, celebration, just honoring yourself. The more you're in this energy, the more you are able to embody the soul and the spirit of who you are, the more you can grow and expand. With the Two of Embers here as well, the Two of Fire, or Two of Wands, it feels like, yes, you have been moving along this path, and it feels like there's more to go. Now, let me put, I know some of you are like, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, but it's a different phase of your ascension. It's a different level. It's a different cycle that you're opening up to now, because you are this phoenix. You had crumbled, you had been burned to ash. The old version of yourself is done, and now you are rising as a glorious energy that you are. And what's happening, they're really bringing in Isis energy here for me. That goddess energy, that powerful energy, loving, nurturing, but full of fire and passion. Again, it's the wild feminine energy. And so it's like, yes, you've been moving along this path, and so it might feel like you've reached an end in some way, but now it's like the path is opening up for you even more in the energy of love, in the energy of harmony, in the energy of peace, because of how you have ascended and transcended out of all of that old, distorted, toxic energy that you were in. All right, let's see what's going on for the divine masculines. There's growth here as well. That's what they want to say with the cosmic tree as well. The amount of growth. The cosmic tree is the hermit in tarot and traditional tarot, but it's that energy of, because of the inner work, because you are trusting your inner wisdom, you are your own guide, you are your own guru, you are your own leader. You are, that's what self-mastery is all about. So the more you trust and honor yourself, we have our soul family, we have our mentors, and we can reach out to other people for support. That is what we are here for. We are all in this world and part of this world together as that collective consciousness. Maybe having individual experiences, but still part of that collective unfolding. And so we can reach out to others as part of the journey. But what this is all about is recognizing the strength in ourselves, the strength in our souls, the beauty and the wisdom that we hold within. That is what self-mastery is all about, recognizing the soul of ourselves and our own connection to God's source. And so you've had to go deep within to discover yourself. You've had to go deep within to know yourself. The more you know yourself, the more you know God. The more you know God, the more you know yourself. It's that universal connection, because you are part of God's source energy. You are part of the universe. You are the universe itself. And so that's that growth that you have experienced. And I just want me to show you these two cards side by side. Look at that rising energy, that ascension energy. And what I love about the cosmic tree as well is it's very anchored to the earth. So it feels like this is really that spiritual energy, and this is really grounding this to the human experience, which is beautiful, because that's what we're here to do. We are here to balance out the physical experience and the physical plane with the spiritual. To remember that we are first and foremost soul, having that human experience, that very grounded physical experience. It's upside down. Okay. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make sure my dragon can be seen. There we go. All right, divine masculine, please. We have the Nine of Swords, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Magician. So I feel we have the Tower at the bottom of the deck as well. So I feel like the Divine Masculines are really healing this energy. They are facing themselves. This came out in, the same card came out in a reading a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember now. But when we were using these cards in the past, this card came out as well. And I feel like they are really facing themselves. They are really facing... I feel like this is like that toxic energy, the distortions of their former self. So where the Divine Feminine has really been the Phoenix, I feel like the Divine Masculine is in that energy as well, because they are really just standing strong. Here you have this creature that is baring its teeth, and you have the Divine Masculine just facing it and saying, nope. Nope. I am the creator of my reality. I am the master of my mind. They have the Two of Wands as well. Look at this. You guys are mirroring this. You have the Two of Wands as well. You guys are walking the same path. You're doing it from different angles. You might not even see it, but you are walking the same path. Okay, so now they're bringing to me the message that we got in the Sacred Channeling Dance of the Divine, and I want you guys to go check that out if you're called to. I'll put a link in the description box below. What they had given me was that the masculine and the feminine actually... Imagine, for lack of better analogy, we're going to use this example. We're going to say the male is the masculine, the female is the feminine, and they're doing a dance, like an actual physical dance. Like they're wrapped in, embraced in each other's arms, dancing to music, that kind of dance, right? So what's happening is you are doing this together. In the past, there have been missteps. Maybe you stepped on their toes. Maybe they didn't know how to lead. Maybe you were taking the lead. It was very disharmonious. It was very clumsy. It was very just convoluted. It was because you weren't in sync. And that's what happens when you guys come together. You have this... It's like your chakras align, you start to align, your energy starts to align, you have that Kundalini awakening, you recognize each other. But it takes a little bit of time to get the steps right, because of the healing that comes up between you guys. Now, you've always been doing this dance together. It's just the illusion of separation. But it's taken some time for you guys to be in harmony, because you might have been listening to one piece of music, your counterpart might have been listening to another piece of music, and so even though you're doing this dance together, it feels, wait a minute, we're not on the same page. But that's because it has to get into alignment. And the more you are on this healing journey, the more you're getting into alignment. Divine Feminine, you are healing your feminine, distorted feminine, and your distorted masculine energies. Divine Masculine is over here doing the same because they had suppressed their own feminine energy. And by doing so, they had suppressed their masculine energy, not knowing how to take the lead. And so I'm not going to get into the full metaphor. You can check that out over on the other channel because they're not calling me to it. They're calling me to a different energy here. What you're actually doing is the more you are healing, the more you are growing, the more you are ascending, the more you are dancing in this beautiful energy together. You are walking the same path. This is you guys walking the same path. Now, you might be over here just kind of like, celebrating life and enjoying your life. And your partner might be over here saying, okay, which way do I take now? But you are still on the same path. And eventually, those two paths are going to merge and converge in the physical. But you are still walking that same path. So with the Divine Masculine, I feel like they are right at the top of that mountain with you because they are having those heart expansions. But I feel like it's almost like it's like this. It's like you're ascending the same mountain, but you're coming up one side and your Divine Masculine is coming up the other. And it feels a little bit harder for the Divine Masculine because they haven't always been fully conscious of the journey as Divine Feminine has. Divine Feminine has been aware, oh, this is a healing journey. Oh, this is a growth journey. Oh, okay, this is where we're triggering each other and mirroring each other. Divine Masculine hasn't always been aware of that. And so even though that's had its own set of difficulties for the Divine Feminine, for the Divine Masculine, they've experienced difficulties with that in a different way. So let's not judge each other. That's what Spirit is saying here. Let's not judge each other because you have both experienced challenges within the connection as well as challenges in how this journey has unfolded. But that's only because of the pain patterns that each of you have held individually. Divine Feminine has held a lot of feminine pain codes from past lifetimes and ancestral wounding. Divine Masculine has held a lot of masculine wounds, masculine pain codes from the past lifetimes and ancestral wounding, etc. So you've both been healing individually, but the more that you heal yourself, the more that you grow and expand within yourself, your partner is mirroring that back, again walking your same paths. So I feel like the Divine Masculine, it's a false equivalency to say that your Divine Masculine is unawakened or that they are behind the Divine Feminine. They're walking with you every step of the way. Their path is just a little bit different. It looks a little bit different. I had given this metaphor in the collective message today that's on the channel. I'll put a link to that in the description box below, where it's like the Divine Masculine is like on their own trip, on their own journey. It's like having a bachelor party, and the Divine Feminine's having her bachelorette party. And so you're kind of off on your own journeys, maybe traveling to two different destinations, but you're still doing this together. And it's for that purpose of union. Now, it's union within yourself. Union not being the physical relationship, that's the expression of the harmony and the love that you hold within. The relationship is not the goal. The relationship is the effect from the work that you do within, the ascension journey itself. But what's happening is it's like you're walking your individual paths, and that's when you're able to converge, when it's just a natural meeting is what they're saying. That's what the divine unfolding is. It's a natural meeting place. So you're still walking, you're still ascending the same mountain, but it's just from two different angles. And so over here, the masculine, I feel like, is really stepping into their own self-mastery. Again, they're not behind. They're doing it exactly as is needed for you, Divine Feminines, as well. Because their so-called absence is granting you the space to continue to grow and expand yourself in whatever way that is. That could be really cementing in and concreting in your desires, really letting you know yourself, or healing codependencies, or setting boundaries, or expressing yourself. Whatever it is that you're healing on this journey, the space or the absence, quote unquote, that your Divine Masculine is offering you. And it is an opportunity. I know that separation, physical separation or non-communication can feel painful, but that is also an opportunity to heal the separation energy, to recognize that the love that exists between you is always there. The bond that exists between you is always there. It is just showing you how to heal rejection, how to heal abandonment, where to never abandon or betray yourself, where to have healthy boundaries, where to heal codependency. So that's what you're doing on this journey, how to be and embody the energy of love and joy in all things. And the more that you embody that energy, the more that's aligned to you. Your divine counterpart is granting you the beautiful opportunity and blessing for that. So keep clearing those pain patterns, because those pain patterns are just separation energy. And keep doing that with God. Keep working with God's source. Your divine masculine is over here stepping into his own self-mastery by looking at himself. And through you, and you're just holding space, not waiting, not putting your life on hold, but holding space in the energy of love. You are igniting love within your divine masculine, love for themselves and the ability for them to recognize the power within themselves. Because if you were doing this for them, divine feminine, then they would never recognize the strength within themselves. They wouldn't have the strength to stand up to their own distorted energy, to their own pain patterns, to their own beliefs, to their own history. They would not have that belief in themselves. So you are granting them an opportunity to stand up as the masculine energy and have that strength and have that courage within themselves. What I'm reminded of is, I think it's this one. Long time ago, years ago, when I pulled this card from the Gilded Tarot deck, it's the Lovers. It is my absolute favorite deck in all of tarot and all tarot decks. The divine masculine lifts the feminine up, and the feminine energy is just bringing in so much love and so much energy from the universe, from God's source, and filling the divine masculine, giving the divine masculine strength. But the divine masculine also holds the divine feminine up, protects, supports, honors the divine feminine. That's where you work in this beautiful harmony, in this beautiful tandem. Let me see where it is. There it is. That is my favorite card in all of tarot, all of the traditional or non-traditional decks. Look at the energy that is coming from that card. That is God's source energy that is pouring down into both of them. Into both of them. That I've never seen that before, but it's pouring down into both of them as that Trinity energy. And so here they are merged, the divine masculine really in his strength, in his power, holding the divine feminine up, supporting her, loving her, cherishing her. But she is divine in her own right. She is that goddess energy. She is that empress energy, that high priestess, where she is able to receive and then pour into all that love into the divine masculine as well. This is not about codependency. This is about sacred support of each other. And that's how you are loving each other. That is how you are supporting each other. And so the divine masculine is here recognizing himself. Hey, I create my own reality. I'm the master of my mind. I have the strength and the courage to face myself and thus face anything in my external world. And here you are growing and ascending together and walking the sacred path together. All right, I want to get some more oracle cards and see what else we can get here. Tell me more about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, please. Tell me more about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. want to pause and look what was on the bottom of the deck for the Divine Feminine. It is the Six of Swords. That is that harmony, that peace, that calmness that we were channeling earlier. Okay, so what card, what do we need to know? I'm going to actually use this deck. See if this one wants to come out first. What do we need to know for these counterparts for this divine union? Oh my gosh. All right. What do we need to know for these counterparts? Oh my gosh. We have the root chakra, we have synergy, and I want to get one more card, please, Spirit. Thank you. And we have consciousness. Beautiful. So what I'm actually feeling, and delight on the bottom of the deck, that's that peace, that's that joy, that's the harmony that's coming into the connection now. So what I love about this is you have the higher chakra and you have the lower chakras. The lower chakras is where the masculine really sits, the masculine energy really sits, I should say, the root, the base, no, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus. The higher three chakras, the throat, the crown, and the brow, or the brow, the crown, are where the feminine energy really resides, you know, calling in the energy, connecting to God's source. The masculine energy is the one that really is physical, that really grounds the energy into the physical plane. And remember, you have both. So you're healing in wholeness. You're healing and balancing out both energies within you. And the more you heal within that wholeness and balance out those energies within yourself, the more you see that reflected in your partnership, because your partner is doing the same. And so what happens is the masculine energy rises, the feminine energy brings the energy down. We've been channeling this for years, and you meet in the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, the bridge of the heart. We had channeled that in a reading, Meet Me on the Bridge of the Heart, a number of years ago. And I've never forgotten it, because it has always been this energy of that's where the energies merge. That's where the energies meet. That's where synergy occurs. And that's what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling that synergy. I'm feeling that merging. And so what's happening is the connection itself, because you're both raising a consciousness, because you're both shifting your frequency, because you're both becoming conscious of the connection, is creating a new foundation in stability and security with each other. So bringing it down to the physical plane, if you had experienced a lot of in and out, hot and cold, push and pull kind of energy, that runner chaser kind of energy that we all know and love, if you have been experiencing that in your physical plane, the work that you are doing energetically is going to soon be reflected as physical evidence in your physical reality. That is part of the process that has been unfolding, and we've been channeling that over these next few months. You're going to see more and more of this process unfolding in the physical because of what has been aligning energetically. And that's what this really feels like: stability, security, foundation, because of the higher level of consciousness. And in the middle, that's that merging, that's that converging. Again, two paths converging, that synergy energy. Really beautiful. All right, now that we've channeled that, they want me to go back to the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. So what do we need to know for the Divine Masculine right now? What do we need to know for the Divine Masculine? Too many cards. Just one card, please. What do we need to know for the Divine Masculine? Angel of Psychic Ability and the Divine Feminine. It's too many. Just one card, please. Okay, all right, we'll take two. Angel of Finances and Angel of Relaxation. Okay, so I feel like the Divine Feminine is in a place of pause, and we've been channeling that for the past couple of weeks. So you might be feeling that as well. It might feel like a void energy, but it's not heavy like a void energy. It's just kind of a pause. I know a number of you have reached out to me after the Gateway of Light reading where I shared, or channeling, where I shared my own experiences with illness and how I was kind of shut down for 2 weeks, and then I experience this energy of rebirth. It's a brand new energy that I'm in. Lots of upgrades, lots of realizations, but just a more peaceful, harmonious energy within. It really feels like I'm somebody new. And it really feels like the past is just completely in the past. And it's a wild energy to be in. Not wild as in chaotic, but just completely different. It fully feels anchored in and grounded. Some of you have reached out to me and shared I'm sick, or I feel like I'm in a void energy as well. I feel like I'm going through a death process. So know that there is this rebirth that is on the other side of this. So what is happening is this angel of relaxing, angel of finances. This finances might be tangible, like physical finances, like money issues, not issues, but money energy, but it really just feels like foundation. It feels like your physical foundation. So I feel like it's this energy of let the universe take care of you. It's almost like don't worry, don't stress yourself out so much about your physical reality. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to be in the energy of just going with the flow of things. Trusting in your path, because everything is going to be taken care of. Everything will be supported. But this really feels like foundation, like you're setting a new physical foundation for yourself. You're just in the period before that forward momentum starts. You're just in the period of energetic rebirth so that your physical life can align to that. So you could even be shifting into a higher energy of abundance is what they're giving me as well. So a higher energy of financial opportunity. So that could be part of the physical changes that are coming for you. But in the meantime, you're meant to just relax, don't stress, know that you're always supported, that you're always guided, that you're always taken care of in some way. May not be the way that you expect, not might be the way that you anticipate or that you necessarily even want, but the universe will come forward with blessings to support you. And I do feel like new opportunities are coming in for you to create a more stable foundation for yourself, to reflect the stability, the growth, the expansion, the foundation that you have created for yourself energetically. So your physical world is aligning with a new foundation based on the new energy that you are stepping into. So relax, just enjoy your life. Find the joy, find the wonder, find the beauty, find the love that surrounds you in all things, find the blessings and gratitude that surrounds you in all things. And it's just, breathe, don't stress, be very, very present. Over here, over here for the Divine Masculine, they are going through a crown chakra upgrade. They are just awakening more and more and more. And I feel like that's this energy. That's that self-mastery energy. Again, master of my own mind. If you look at this card closely, you can see that it's almost like there's a person there. And it might have felt for the Divine Masculines like somebody was puppeteering them, like somebody else was pulling the strings. Well, now what they're recognizing is that they are the master of their own reality, that they are the creator of their own reality, and that nobody can do that for them. Where they had once felt manipulated and controlled, they are recognizing, and as such, they might have displayed those behaviors in one way or another because that was learned behavior, that is conditioning. They are understanding, awakening, and standing up to that energy and saying, nope, nope, I know my strength, I know my power, not manipulative power, not forcing, not control, but I know my divine power. I know the strength and the courage and the power, the divinity that I hold within myself. And so I'm not going to let anything or anyone control me anymore. I am the master of myself. That's this crown chakra awakening that they're having. They're having so much, not awakening, but these upgrades, this expansion that they're having. They are receiving so much insight and so much wisdom, and they're really opening up to their own abilities. And by that I mean their own consciousness is expanding. As such, their gifts are expanding. They're really speaking to their spirit guides. They might call it different names, but they're really speaking to their spirit guides, connecting to God's source, connecting to the universe, connecting to themselves and their own heart. They're really opening up to themselves and seeing where they had held themselves back, where they had allowed others to control them, where they had allowed others to manipulate or puppeteered their lives, and they are just standing up and saying, no more. I can recognize that I create my reality, and from this point forward, that is what I'm going to do. This is a remarkable transformation. If you guys have been on the channel with me for a long time, you know where the Divine Masculine has been, especially from years ago. This is a remarkable transformation, a remarkable shift, not just in their energy, but in their consciousness as a whole. A huge mind shift in their belief system, in their mindset. This is huge. This is a really big change for them. All right, let's get a couple of more cards. I do feel like I want to use the Keepers of the Light deck here. So let's see what is the supporting energies for... I'm getting it as a whole, so let's get the supporting energies as a whole. Doing things a little bit different today. What's the supporting energies? What's the supporting energies? Call to action, Commander Ashtar. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. And we also have Lady Nada, Heart Awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. This take charge, lead by example is masculine energy. This Heart Awakening, this acceptance and divine love, this is feminine energy. And what I love is we have Jesus at the bottom, which is that Christ Sophia consciousness. It's that balance of both energies here. Jesus or Yeshua really embodied the energy of union, that unity consciousness. It is that Christos Sophia consciousness. What I love about this is you have the first card that we pulled was the heart of the moment, that heart expansion. And here you have the heart awakening. So this really feels like these unions are really being divinely supported and guided right now. So it's almost like allow yourself to just be part of the journey now, not trying to force it, not trying to control it, just allowing it to unfold, and be very present in the love that you hold within yourself. Be very present in the heart being opened. Be very present in your own ascension journey and your own growth. The message that we started with was that collective message of, there's really no block to union. That's only separation energy. You're healing separation on this journey. That's what this energy is. Trust where you're guided to go. Walk the talk by embodying love, by embodying your ascended self, your higher self. Be the energy of love. And that is how this next phase of your journey is going to unfold in beautiful, harmonious, and divine ways. All right, you guys, with that, they've actually pulled back, so I feel like that's going to be the end of this reading. We will be back with some more Sacred Union energy updates, so do make sure you're following me on all the social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, the community tabs here. Make sure you're following me over on Susan Dawn, Ascension Connections for more sacred channelings, and we will be back with more. I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you then. Bye.